Hey everybody, Kris here, and welcome to a little YouTube series that we're doing in celebration of National Poetry Month, where we're just going to pick out some poems and read them into YouTube. And we hope to get some other people involved as well. If you're interested, pick out a poem, turn on your camera, read it into YouTube, and share it with us, share it with your friends, and celebrate poetry with us this month. This idea came to me by way of a guy named Thom Caraway, a friend of mine out in Spokane, Washington. How you doing, Thom? And Thom teaches at Whitworth University there. He's also the editor of a journal called Rock and Sling. And really fun fact about Thom, Thom is the poet laureate of Spokane, Washington, which is a really cool idea. And whatever town you're in when you're watching this, call somebody, tell them your town wants a poet laureate too. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to kick things off here with a poem from a friend of mine by the name of Heidi Czerwiec. Heidi Czerwiec. It's from a book that she just put out late last year called Portrait As Bettie Page. It's on Barefoot Muse Press. I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo. And it's a fantastic book. Heidi is really fascinated with Bettie Page, the pinup star, and wanted to sort of explore some of these ideas about Bettie Page in poetry. And she did that by sticking to these formal structures of poetry. And using that as a way to sort of symbolize some of the constraints and bondage that were common themes throughout Bettie Page's life, which is really cool. And a fun fact about Heidi: this is a real tattoo. This is not some sort of illustration or anything. She actually got that tattoo for this cover of the book. So that's dedication, if you ask me. Anyway, I am going to read a poem out of here called Bettie-Shaped Space. Bettie, you are 80, a mystery. You disappeared in 57, left a Bettie-shaped space in photography. None since have had your levity or your heft. Curvaceous question mark, fame's runaway, gone incommunicado, absence, rift. You are become poetic silence to fill with words, to graft on you our whims at will. Bettie, you are 80. You've never been more popular. You had the mystique of an icon who died, a Monroe, a Dean. Fame's fugitive, you stay teasingly oblique. You lived long past your falsely rumored death, and, dying, you dissolve into the myth. That is Bettie-Shaped Space by Heidi Czerwiec. And run out and pick up your copy of Self-Portrait as Bettie Page today. Thanks again. If you want to read your own poem or any poem by any poet, and want to participate in this little project with us, slap it up on YouTube, share the link with us on our Facebook page, on Twitter, however you want to do it, and we'll share it along and put them all in one place. And stay tuned for a few more poems by me and Dana, and we'll see maybe some other stuff as well. Thanks, take care, and happy Poetry Month.